you guys, it's me, Dr. Torie. My book is officially out. And yes, it is time to talk about ACEs. You guys can find the books everywhere. However, I would encourage you guys to go to my website, Be VicTORIEus.com, and place your order today. Yes, it's time to talk about ACEs. Let's go, y'all.
Hello, 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 you guys. You know who I am? It's Dr. Torie. I am here for another episode of Be Victorious. Now, I want to add a little spin to this cycle breaker series because you guys know who this is. The thing is, every time we get to have the conversation, we really don't get to do this because we're still on a high about this manifest conference. Oh my God. So we talked about a lot, but there are so many things that we still have to uncover. And I know you all may have forgotten about Dre, but like I said, I'm not. Where are you, my brother? Let them know what we were doing. And he gonna take all day. I was gonna say, how he gonna take all day? Everybody know who this is now, y'all. Like, let's be clear. We're at this heavy. I love to see it. It's so humbling, man. You don't understand what is going on. You have created something huge in Detroit.
I am so grateful. It was all God's vision,
Mhm.
and I didn't know how it would come together, which was a part of the manifestation, the name of the conference, and connecting line by line, moment by moment, over months. It took me to put the first one together, just hearing his voice.
Mhm.
So this is
And
where we are 2 years later.
I'm just for me, I don't know. I guess being a part of year one was humbling. You know what I mean? The yes behind the vision that I had, and you incorporating that into your vision. Of course, it hurt that I couldn't be there, but to hear all of the wonderful things that happen, like, of course, I communicate with the people. We connected immediately. So these people have not just been following me, but they've been supportive this whole entire time. So they know about Dr. Torie. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, yay. But I
Mhm.
really did not know the extent seriously. But I just think it's about being in the room. So it's one thing, like I said, I got that experience of just being introduced by being Dr. Torie, but I don't know, year two. What do you think about year two? Because year one was one thing, but year two, seriously, how do you feel about year two?
I feel overjoyed. I feel ecstatic because it's about healing.
Yeah.
It's about being able to have a place to let the anchor down and be able to drop all of that we have to bring it to other areas and be able to take in and be vulnerable and talk and learn and exchange stories. So that happened. I am very pleased with the turnout and the amount.
Mhm.
So I can't ask for more. It's just going to build from here.
Yeah.
So I'm still riding the wave.
Yeah, you should because look how powerful it was. I mean, if I can go into the first presentation, and I have to share while we're on here. This young man came to do this conference, and it was his anniversary. But when I tell y'all the fact that he poured into the conversation, you could tell he really wanted to share. And the questions that had came out of that conversation, just period, it sparked the room. And you all have to understand, we were there at 9 o'clock in the morning. People were up, they were alert, they were doing what they were supposed to do. And to do that and walk out and say, all right, you guys, I'm breaking cycles out here. I'm doing what I need to do, but I gotta go. And his pit stop was at my people don't understand I was running everywhere. He was like, I gotta have your book. So before I leave, I gotta make sure I show this to my wife so she know I was here meeting Dr. Williams. I'm like, let me sign it and take a picture. But the awareness, I mean, it's you got to look at how God operates. Like he brought that awareness, but you got suicide prevention coming up in September. And it's like, wow. So that's a whole different, it's like you cover, I don't know, I guess maybe I just look into things too much, but you covered so many things that
Yes.
were addressed at the conference that you can like cut these things and use these for every month. You, man, when I tell you the room was full of healing, I swear to God.
Yes.
Y'all had to be there. Y'all cannot miss out on these type of opportunities to have and be in these spaces where you can have that conversation. It was people, I'm sure, that didn't want to, but did because
Yeah.
it was that deep.
Yeah. It was important to me to be able to have the topic on mental illness, ACEs, and suicide in a big session. I just needed everyone to hear the same message, the
Mhm.
same things at the same time. And everyone else, you know, was able to do the breakouts that was provided. But those were so essential to me that
Mhm.
I needed to. And everything else was just as important. But
Yes.
I had to pick something to make sure that everyone got what I wanted them to receive, because suicide is on the rise, mental illness is misunderstood, and they don't really know about ACEs at all. So I needed those.
And before, and again, for those who follow the podcast, you all know who Professor Charley is. But for those who don't, my extreme apologies. I did not introduce you. Can you introduce yourself for
I
those?
am Andre Charley, CEO of Affecting Change and Affecting Change Detroit. Affecting Change Detroit is a nonprofit that helps branch the for-profit uh, counseling therapy service and picks up in community where the agency can't necessarily do. So that's a nonprofit that was given to me by God and allowed me to be able to branch off into these areas, one being the Manifest Conference. So I am here in Detroit. I'm also an adjunct professor at Wayne State University. So I have a few things going on.
Yes, we are busy, you guys. Let's be clear. But when I tell you, we're doing, and I keep saying we're because, again, this is a community that I've been a part of since inception. I'm humbled,
And
very
have,
humbled,
and
very
have. You
humbled.
are part of the family. You're part of the committee. When you weren't there, you were represented, as you can tell. You were a
Very good.
part,
Yes.
very much so last year.
Loved it, loved it, loved it. And when I tell you, let me shout out Reggie, who's been doing his thing, who I'll get to see very, 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 very soon. When he shared, it was one thing, but to hear it from you and to hear it from the other people was like, oh, okay, so Be Victorious. Oh my God, Dr. Torie, Be Victorious Foundation, that's you. And it's like, yeah, like I don't think people thought the two and two until they finally saw me like, oh, you handling your business for real. So you and Dre are handling yourself in in these communities, and y'all are doing this work.
Right.
You are.
Yes.
You are a cycle breaker.
Very much.
It
So
just,
many things have happened.
I know it.
So, and within the family and everything. So
But you're
that's what
doing it
happens.
though. You've been doing it. It's your motivation, it's your ambition, it's your drive, it's your everything.
Yeah.
And so for those who don't know, give us a little bit of your ambition and drive as far as you being a cycle breaker.
Well, I didn't necessarily know what I was doing when I started out, but as I reflected back, thinking about cycle breakers, I'm a first generation college student.
Mhm.
So I got my degree before my older brother got his degree, and my parents didn't go to college. So it's important to know that it starts somewhere, and this is where I wanted to start.
Right.
So coming in, changing those generational curses, those things that repeat within the family, be it act or deeds. So that's me living in a way that changes those behaviors that adversely impacted my family for generations.
Mhm. And here we are, you guys, living through the grace, not just the grace of God, just helping other people learn how to heal, bringing this awareness into the community. We when we were at my conference, the awareness, community, and empowerment, we did it. It was great. But I'll be honest, it's different sitting in another seat. I couldn't see what I saw. Just like how you were saying, oh my God, last year I was doing this. Yeah, you had a superhero with you this year. But when you came to help me at my conference, it was so helpful to me to have you there as someone that had the experience of having a conference. So you were like, nope, this is what we're not doing because when I did it, it wasn't okay. And I really appreciate that because that actually helped me. I learned so much. Learning is what it really is. It's not copying, it's not doing anything different. It's taking what we have and what we learned through our experiences to help
Exactly.
us grow. And I learned just so much from you sharing the Manifest conference from last year to help plan for my conference. So to see
Yes.
you do that and execute this time, oh my God. Why
Yes.
did you choose Mr. Dyson? Good question.
So I was in Baltimore, I believe, back in the fall,
Mm,
and I heard Dr. Dyson speak, and he was talking about his story and being in the position that he's in as a former NFL player, the ups, downs, triumphs, tragedies, those adversities, the things that he was disappointed, how he overcame. So I was, and the fact that he's able to connect with the audience, he was able to engage.
mhm,
He was well spoken, and I said, I want him at
mhm,
Manifest next year.
mhm.
And
He was
hey,
there.
it's like,
I
let's talk.
mean, he sat down and was taking notes. So that's what I loved because, again, just being someone that everybody, oh my God, I was sitting there writing notes too. I was sitting there
Yeah.
doing lessons. I was.
And he wants to collaborate with you. So, boom,
I
let's
know.
go.
It's humbling to me because, again, we're being placed in rooms where people really don't know that it's okay to really share your story. I think for him, and him having those conversations and him talking, but when you in one of those rooms, when you know it's one of those rooms, they're going to get to you. And I think he started pulling off some layers. And I'll be totally honest with you. I think that's where people was like, yeah, we got him because he started like really diving in. And I think that is the whole purpose, you guys, of men's mental health awareness conferences. Of course, it was
Absolutely.
a few of us here, but you're gonna be vulnerable when you with your brothers.
Right. Absolutely. And
Mhm.
I need that. That's another reason why we are here. And I have added the virtual session in a couple of weeks because I want us to be able to have that opportunity that we didn't get this year to speak with brothers
Mhm.
about the things that plague us in our mind, in
Mhm.
the household, in the community. We have a shared struggle, and a lot of us don't know. We think
Right.
it's just us, but it's a shared struggle, and there are some strategies and there's some ways that we can maneuver and handle. And sometimes we just need a place for somebody to understand and relate
Yep.
because men are always looked at and viewed like you got to be the tough guy. You got to
Mhm.
be able to figure it out. You got to be able to make it happen. You shouldn't let the ball drop. You got to keep all of them in the air. If one drops, pick it right back up. Don't you let nobody know it dropped either.
Right.
That's pressure. And we haven't even talked about the adversities in society that a black man faces, at work that a black man faces, even in the family that not the immediate family, but the family that your family of origin, how you may have been that one
Mhm.
to assist in being the breadwinner or the one that took care of everybody in that household, and then you went off and got your own family. How dare you?
Mhm.
And you still have to take care of both now because hey, we need you.
Right.
And how do we learn how to separate boundaries and all of that? So that's important.
You're doing your thing. And I appreciate the fact that you're doing it. Because that was, when I tell you guys, there were sessions and you can tell, and I'll share and put you out there. Professor Charley came out bad. Those rooms were talking. And so it was kind of hard to shut the people down because they were really into the conversation. And so Dre being Dre, he missed the conference. Like, y'all, it's time to go. Who? Let's do what we got to do. Let's wrap this up. It was hard. I've never seen it. Just like I never saw, and I'm always going to bring it up, the amount of teens, especially for people that really want to understand. I keep telling people, the people that want to learn more about ACEs are these kids. It's an introduction to them because there's some things that are going on in the society that we normalize, like we normalize bullying.
Right.
We talking about Detroit. We talking about community violence.
Yeah.
And them boys was in there like not looking around, timid,
Right.
standing up like, so I want to know why. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is so powerful. It melted just to see it, because this is what I've been saying as an educator. This is what has been happening in classrooms for me.
Yes, absolutely. It's definitely needed, necessary, and that's why we're here.
So speaking of being here, you talk about ACEs all the time. And
Absolutely.
you are changing lives.
Yes.
So, in addition to having a Manifest conference, there was a young lady that went to the conference last year.
Yes.
And she was introduced to ACEs by Professor Charley.
I was.
And she completed her capstone,
Mm-hmm.
did her thing,
Yes.
and graduated in May.
Did.
Not did she put ACEs and anxiety together, but she provided a capstone that had her walk across the stage. So ACEs is in Wayne State University, thanks to Mr. Charley. How do you feel?
Feel amazed. I feel grateful. I feel honored, because when I found out that she did her capstone on ACEs, and she's a awesome person, just a great spirit. And even though she didn't do her internship with me, she was going to, but she was able to get a paid internship. So we had to, we'll be wise, So she was able to get a paid internship, and she still stayed connected. And she let me know, hey, I'm doing my capstone on ACEs. And we did that dialogue. I didn't hear about ACEs until I went to Manifest 2024. I'm like, what? So I'm just like so blessed to be able to be a part of changing the trajectory of others' lives in a positive way.
Yeah, that's what cycle breakers do.
Yes.
This is what you're doing. She wanted the book so bad. She wanted the book so bad. She kept saying, I have to get a book. I had to get a book. I had to get a book. And I'm like, okay. But we were, working. We were, out doing what we needed to do.
You ran out of books on her.
I actually got her a book.
Oh, okay.
Purchased her book. Now, let me tell you, she purchased her book. Like, she sat me down and she purchased her book. Let's be clear. But what I love is I get the credit for the citation. When people use your books and use your information, she actually used my ProQuest information. And so it pings you when it happens.
Okay.
Ta-da! I am in love. Oh my God. People are talking about ACEs, you guys. Oh my God. And when I mean it, not just in communities, it's in colleges, you guys. It's everywhere. We just had, and I got this information this morning. I know you remember Dr. Roper. He was on the panels. He got the job at Chicago State as the professor.
Yes.
So there's another professor at a university at my alma mater that is going to talk about ACEs especially where it's needed. And I'm not for sure if you know, but the website on sex trafficking actually put the information up there. They talk about ACEs finally on their
Oh,
website,
good.
recognizing I want to wait. It's on their website, so you can go on there right now because I know you heavy on sex trafficking too. But when I tell you it's on there, it's on there.
Okay,
I'm just
cool.
waiting for to see as soon as they say boom boom, because it's a lot of people waiting for the sex trafficking to be included. But that's the reason why we conduct research. That's the reason why we did a case study,
And
because
know what we
a lot
need.
of things. Yes.
Mhm.
So let's talk about the case study. What made you interested in doing a case study?
So, being a therapist, I noticed how there are ACEs scores that were on the higher end. We're talking like averaging probably 5, but these individuals didn't really know what it meant. They
Mm,
just know that they answer questions, and so then you start talking about how it's impacting them. They don't really know that it is.
right,
They don't really know that having these scores, for some, it defined them, so they didn't necessarily, it wasn't the score, but it's what happened to them that was the defining factor. So
right,
they stay locked in certain behaviors or has certain ways of showing up, not knowing that just because this happened to you doesn't mean that you have to stay in these behaviors that are adversely impacting you and your relationships. So I also had the opportunity to talk to some where they realized how it was impacting them, but didn't necessarily know how to, they were more extreme,
hmm
so everything was a risk and they wasn't going to take it. So everything was, they were threatened.
hmm
So maybe high anxiety was driving them. So just learning how to balance it, learning how to navigate. Okay, these things happen to me. I have these types of attachment styles. I have these types of behaviors. Now let me adjust and try to see. I can adapt this. I can change this, bringing it down. So teaching strategies on how to actually cope with what you have found in that score and what behaviors show up. And
hmm
so it was fun and engaging and insightful in all of those areas as I worked with clients to help them, because those aha moments help you feel like, oh, this is a great breakthrough.
right,
I didn't notice. I knew this, but I didn't know that. So it has been awesome to learn. And I'm only about maybe a good 3-4 years into knowing about ACEs myself.
right. And I mean, I'm not gonna say it was 2014 for me. Dr. Nadine Burke Harris did it, but I have to always give credit to my dissertation chair, Dr. So. Everything honestly in the book is really what it is. That statement of purpose for my doctoral degree was, what do you want to do? I really wanted to learn about what was going on and why.
Oh,
And
wow.
when she provided that answer, ever since, I promise you, it's something about the awareness that really changed my life for real, because it let me know that that unresolved, unhealed childhood trauma was
That,
never addressed. And
yeah,
so I had to start looking at some things different, because I also realized, the stuff that I was going through personally was aligned with the world and not of the word.
yeah,
And
that's
so
definitely
that's what made me do an eye awakening of, okay, let me look at some things, because I definitely want it better for my girls, of course.
right.
I already done it. I think that's our commonality too. I'm a first gen high school graduate too, first on both sides of my family to get a doctorate
Mhm.
degree. So yes, but nobody asked me, asked my brothers, like what's happening or what's up, So I get that point. I think it was just that awareness, that ACEs score. So that's why I stick with the emphasis on the ACEs score, because it's an educational tool. People talk about ACEs, y'all. I just think that our community is way behind.
Yeah, Yeah. I mean, we don't, you think ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, think trauma, and some people go to the, oh yeah, we all have trauma. We be like, we all got trauma. We've been through trauma. Yeah, okay. All
Okay.
right. Now, trauma impacts people differently. So if you have a good understanding of what happened to you and how it doesn't have to define you,
Right.
that's different. But if everyone is a casualty of war because you're around and you don't really know under the auspices of that's just how I am, that's just me, I'm real. Nah, you're hurt. You've been abandoned. You've been mistreated. You've been abused. You've been taken advantage of. And you're in protection mode. That's really what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get them before they get you.
Right.
Unfortunately, you don't have to live like that because it's going to cost you relationships, jobs, family members, spouses, boyfriend, girlfriends, kids, all because everybody paying for it because you didn't do any work to heal from that. And when anybody brings it up, if you are unaware, you get attacked too. So we all getting attacked when there's not knowledge of
And
what we went through.
right. I totally agree.
I really, really enjoy working with the healing and empowering clients to understand you have the ability to make change
Mm-hmm.
right now, today. You are the one that has the power to make a decision in this moment that will be different than what you made yesterday.
Yep.
And it can actually impact you in a better way for generations. Your kids will heal because you healed. You're starting the process and you're showing up differently for them, which means
Exactly.
you're teaching that behavior.
Exactly. And we can do this. It's not that hard. I think that awareness just needs to shine a lot more. And I'm
Right.
telling you, you have a community that does it. Because you cannot tell me Desi is not doing it, honey. You
Desi's doing it,
cannot tell me Mr. Douglas Reed
doing it.
not doing it. You know what I mean? So it's like we are doing it, you guys. We are already doing it. We just need to get other people to understand if we're processing and we're doing it and it's helping us, it can help you too.
Right. Absolutely.
Because I just want to educate. I do. Like I tell, nope, I don't want to be. No, you want a therapist, Mr. Charlie? Here he go. You know, a coach? Nah, I give you a few. I always shout out. You know, I'm quick to shout out Leah because I did her
Right.
training. I did her 5-step program, which is all that in a bag of chips. Let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
But it's that awareness. It's those steps that people really need to take in order to heal. Now let me bring this up so people can understand and know. After the conference, I talked to Lisa, and Lisa was like, Torie, I got a call. My pastor wants to know a little bit more about ACEs. So I taught my pastor about ACEs.
Yes.
And I said, okay. And she said, oh my God, my pastor's going to talk about ACEs this weekend. And I was like, okay, like, let's not even look at it like that. Let's look at this as a positive thing. Because
Absolutely.
my pastor has been talking about it since December when Be VicTORIEus Foundation came for the Dallas experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because people travel for that experience. And my pastor, still to this day, mentorship ACEs. I mean, and shout out to Concord Baptist. He always has been very supportive. It's a church that grows people, but he talks about mental health and addressing your mental health and talks about it. And it's wonderful to see. But when I tell you, I think the highlight for me is when I am old school, you guys. I'm a PGK. My grandfather shout him out. He is the late Reverend JC Slaughter. Let's be clear, the one, the only, the first, because there's 3 after that. Shout out to my uncle and my cousin. Sunday school, bake sales, Bible studies. I was raised in the church, and I did not know. I just knew that I wanted to just go to church in my weekend, my Dallas experience with church. And shout out to community church when I tell you it was everything. I'm sitting there and I'm watching the people that were at the conference, and I'm watching Bible study, and I'm listening and I'm taking notes, and I'm seeing the people say, "She talking about aces." And I'm like, yes, she is. In the Bible, it talks about blah, 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 blah. Didn't realize that you were actually in the middle of a lesson and you actually talked about aces. So you're not hiding it at all. You're bringing it to all your platforms.
Yeah.
You're bringing it to places where people are scared and afraid to have the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm sitting there and I'm like, interesting. A lady gets up, she testifies, and she talks about aces. So then I go upstairs, and then I start getting other people for the conference. And I'm sitting there, and I see my favorites that I met. Because remember, I met them at the conference.
Exactly.
And they, hey, you look like, you know all these people? I told them I was coming to church. I wasn't. And I look up, and the pastor is addressing aces in the sermon. I had to immediately go to the planning committee and let the planning committee know. The first person I had to talk to was Lisa. She started clapping like she won $1 million because in her mind, you have to understand she's having a conversation in her safe space, which is a church, and they're using it. And for some people, that is a safe space. For others, it's not. It's kind of hard to, balance the both. But it let her know that she's not alone in her faith-based journey. So I
Right.
have to give you your props for that one because you weren't afraid to cross where some people don't want to have that conversation. The church has let, depending on the church, has led a lot of people away. But to hear it in such a positive light where it can be used to help people heal is what I needed to hear at that time. So kudos and shout outs and all blessings to your church. Love your church family.
Thank you. And that I was so blessed to even be able to have you there. That lesson was supposed to be a one lesson, like a Sunday school lesson that extended 3 Sundays because
But
they
look at
wanted to hear
church
more.
and the fact that they let you do it. Not to say let you do it,
Well,
but
yeah, because you allow that framework, the thought, what Bible. Yes. So this is where it connects.
and you did it. And when I tell you I seen it, y'all, oh my God. So I have a good question
All right.
about this Be Victorious journey. How has the movement shaped your healing journey?
Wow. It has provided reassurance. I feel energized.
Mhm.
I feel more healing and more confident and more drive, more hunger to
Mhm.
know more, to do more, to learn more, to provide more, because there is a great need for it. So, seeing you reading your book, which I'm about to develop some talks off the book
Okay.
and allow other people to know who you are.
Well,
I said I have to do more lives, and I was thinking of what areas that I want to do. And I said, well, I can always just start with where I am now
yep.
and go with it because we are trying to continue the discussion, education, awareness, and research. So we really want to be able to let people know we understand what ACEs is and this is what it could do and be a part. And you can actually learn more and grow and
Mhm.
become aware. You don't have to be a slave to certain behaviors or certain thoughts or certain family traits.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much here.
Yep.
There's so much here.
Well, we have ACEs, y'all. We have it. It's what we're doing that's helping us heal. It's helping us grow. We're
Exactly.
trying to get you guys to understand. We don't want you to get our age because we're going through what you don't know. In when I promise you, he was my knight in shining armor. I had to call him one time. Was like, bring me some pills. Menopause is real. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all know I'm going through and struggling and going through my thing. Don't be laughing at me. But when I tell you, Dre hooked me up with the best person to help me throughout that weekend. He is also someone that graduated. So shout out to Alton. He is not on social media. He's on LinkedIn. So I'm gonna make sure I connect him with this episode. But when I tell you, he was an amazing thing. When I tell you, I don't think you all know how Dre doesn't realize how much of a mentor that he is. They're asking for Be Victorious. I'm saying, nah, we actually call it effective change in Detroit. So you got a mentorship program. You just need to push it. And you got people that are ready to do it. Because you guys, if you want to know if community circles are happening, he did it already. We're and I'm saying we're going to do it again.
Yes, you can say we. It's fine. I don't know if I even mentioned, because I also do it in the breakfast brotherhood meetup is what I have.
Mm,
Brotherhood breakfast meetup that right now meet once a quarter. So we are addressing the same things. We are talking and we're dealing with ACEs and how that shows up in our lives. And that's with all men. So
mhm. So we're talking about affecting change in Detroit. You're doing virtual discussions. You are having conversations not just at work, at home, at church, at your school. And this is what we call being a cycle breaker. Thank you.
thank you.
I wouldn't, you have to understand, for me, it's the proof in the pudding because you said yes to me. And look at what we have done because we're doing it again. We're doing another case study. You guys, it really isn't hard work to do when people are willing to do it. And I think I don't have a difference between year one and year two. Now, I will share in year two, we did change some things, but already the response from year two, I do think it has a lot to do with me being there. I do. I just got this way. I don't know. I just get into this
Yes.
thing. I
They
don't
saw you present and it came to life.
know.
And I'm like, yes, because they wanted to make sure that you got acknowledged. In my haste of moving, you know how I moved the schedule around for the suicide awareness workshop. So you were going to open up originally. Well, you got removed off of my evaluation, and 5 people was like, "Hey, did you know ACEs isn't on here? Did you know ACEs isn't on here?" I said, "No, I didn't. Thank you. I'll add it back."
My people.
I glitched and lost everything, but then I redid it all.
Yeah, and I saw that one, and I still have to finish my part.
Now I didn't touch it. You on there twice.
Okay.
Like, I'm not even gonna do it. Nope. Because I wanted them to be in the order that the workshops were. And yeah.
It
So
was great. Listen, the response, just again being in the room, just to see it, you guys. I think it was John, and let me shout out my brother that came. He didn't sugarcoat it at all. He said, "I don't understand why we ain't having this conversation. I know about ACEs." Like he said, "I know because my sister taught me, so I talk about it." But to see it, to be in the room, to have the conversation, I'm ready for Lancet. And I was like, "Listen." Because I'm not doing it no more. It's enough for me. Your person is Mr. Charley, that's who you need to get in contact with. If not, I'm gonna tell you who you can, because Tasia is ready to have this conversation.
Ready.
So I'm ready. I'm encouraged to come back. I'm encouraged to come back because I've already got in contact with some people at Wayne State. Your planning committee from Wayne State was amazing. I gave everybody a nickname, y'all, because I met so many people. But the one that had the amazing energy with the dreads from
That was Jeffrey.
oh baby, his energy is oh so amazing. Like you all have to understand when you're bringing people together and they're on a mission to heal, you'll get it, especially if you're ready to receive it. And that is exactly what happened. So
Another MSW, might I add.
see, but do you see what I'm saying? Like these are
Mhm.
people that are out here ready to educate, ready to have the conversation, ready to talk about
And
ACEs.
the conversations are being had. He is the undergraduate student advisor for MSW, I mean, for the BSW program. So, and then the other one is Lawrence, who was the taller guy,
Uh-huh. With
who
his
is the advisor for the
finally.
graduate students.
Yeah. Oh
MSW.
yeah. Oh,
You
because
know,
he's team Dr. Torie real bad. I read him like a book. And not to say that in a bad way, you guys, but family man, wife, kids, all of them were there. I think it was just the painting the picture of his family being there and them seeing him in this as a staple and building a bridge to his community and in what he really likes to do. You guys just really had to see it. It was just really humbling. I'm going to encourage everybody to really prep and plan seriously for Manifest next year. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you have people like Crystal and you have people like Gabby, you have people like Farrah, you have people that are ready to help you and support you. And when I tell you I'm going to be ready, I'm going to be ready. Now, before we are done, is there anything else you would like to share?
I think that it's important to understand that if there is a concern, if you have the need to learn more, if you find yourself at a place where you just want to do some things in life differently, it may not necessarily be anything that you feel is going wrong, but you know you got that urge to do more, you get that nudge. Reach out to us, reach out to a therapist in your area. Mental health is important, and you do not have to have something going on to actually go into therapy. There is the ability to work through some situations that you didn't really even know that
Right.
was plaguing you or going on, but sitting down just to kind of talk and get an idea, the assessments that are provided will do its work, and you will see a different version of you if you go in with an open mind. It's for everyone. You
Mhm.
have people that think that you have to have a mental illness
Right.
or you have to have something major going on. We all deal with mental health every 24 hours because we are looking at how we show up, or at least we should be looking at how we show up, how we navigate situations, how we went through something, resolved something, thought about something. Did we meet our goals? Did we not? Why or why not?
Mhm.
Working through those things. So that's a part of mental health. That's like behavioral health, every aspect of us.
Right.
Then you have areas that may need to have support that you haven't been made aware of, but it will make much more sense once you start to go to therapy. I want to encourage you to be your very best, show up the way you can, and
Mhm.
work to be greater every day. You are the change you want to see in this world.
Mm.
So be that agent.
Manifest it, y'all.
Manifest
Mhm. Mhm.
2026. I
Let's
can be
go.
found at Affecting Change Charlie on Instagram and YouTube, and Manifest Detroit on Instagram, Andre Charley on LinkedIn and Facebook.
I still haven't put up stuff, y'all. Let's be clear.
I
'Cause
do.
it
I
was
need to do that.
so
I'm getting stuff
fun.
in now.
I'm trying. I'm really trying. I want to definitely, since we talked about, I have to talk about Tasia. You know what I mean? Like I have to because just her work within itself as a researcher, like, like, if you really did know, we talking about ACEs for real. Now let me promo my beautiful shirt because I have really been
You might as well promo your glasses too.
Listen, people are asking, and so where can I find my products?
My products, I guess you can find the Manifest Detroit, the Instagram. You can request on social media, so I have them ready to be shipped out. So you can have your own Manifest shirt, and we are working on various colors for right now: black and black, black
I
on
like the
white.
black on black. This black on black is dope. And
Is
I'm
it?
going to say from one executive director of a foundation to another, I am going to look into investing to the foundation in regards to providing workbooks because I know that you're going to do it. I've seen it. So I would love on behalf of Be VicTORIEus Foundation to donate a few
Absolutely.
books for those that are interested in buying books and things of that nature to help them because your community is very supportive. So I know that they'll do that. That I'm not worried about. My book sold out when I was there, so that's not even a discussion. So I'll share with you publicly for those who did support me. I appreciate you so much. When you do get the classes and things together, I will provide the workbooks on behalf of our foundation for sure. That's what we do, you guys, especially when we have community that's really out there doing what they need to do to get the awareness they need to help each other heal. So on behalf of our foundation, I would love to do that because you've done so much and have been so instrumental into this Be VicTORIEus Foundation movement, the ACEs ambassador, the mentorship, just everything. I mean, I'm this I ain't speechless that much. But when I tell you, y'all, if y'all don't know, Mr. Charley is doing it. So please do not forget about Dre. I will also say this. We came up with something really cool, me and Douglas. It was becoming victorious while affecting change. And so that was the thing. It was like, how can we become victorious while affecting change?
And letting y'all be together no more.
Right. I know. I'm just saying that's because
Look, as I grab my ink pen,
and write that down. I already did 4 times. But when
right?
I tell you, baby, the power in the room. Shout out to the women that were there. The women that came in the room to me were the most magnetic to me. Um, because they were there not just supporting their men, their purpose was there too. And even though it was a manifest conference, you can tell that they were a ray of sunshine and it had a lot to bring to the rooms as well. So shout out to the wives and the support systems that were there to help support and make the conference as smooth as it was. Because when I tell you, you guys, I don't know how you're gonna do it next year, but if you brought it this year, I don't know how you're gonna do it next year. I'm praying right now because it was so much power. I did so much, y'all, to where again, glad that we're still doing the brotherhood, barbershop, and the sisterhood virtually. Because when I tell you we're
Yes,
ready,
yes. To be ready. Let's get it. Let's talk about it. We're ready. You're going to be on the panel, so just so you
guys. So
know.
you all will get this information, you guys. Again, we're doing this because there were so many things to discuss at the conference, and people are doing it, you guys. We have been led to have this conversation. So I have to shout out the people that have been having this conversation. And you all know that Andre is definitely a cycle breaker, but he is out here in this community. And it's not just me saying it, the proof is in the pudding. If you all have any questions or concerns, remember his information. I can tell you what it is. Definitely follow him at Affecting Change Charlie and Manifest Detroit. If you are looking for me, you will find him very close nearby. Let's be clear. So thank you guys again for another wonderful, fabulous episode. Of course, this is our Cycle Breaker series, but I had to bring Mr. Professor Future Doctor Dr. I'm working, y'all. I'm working on something. Every time I do it, y'all see how he moved and everything. I'm trying to work out some things, but y'all already know how I operate and y'all know how I move.
Uh-oh.
Let's be
You
clear.
need to stop.
Let's be clear. You guys, thank you again for another episode. You guys will see us soon together. You all know where to see me and follow me. But again, you won't see Mr. Charley nowhere. I want to say if you do see him close by, and you know why, we talking about aces. I love you guys. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye
Talk to
bye.
you soon. Let's manifest.